happening, everybody, and welcome back to my latest episode. I'm Lionel Zana of the Toy Dungeon SA, and in today's episode is something totally different, something I've never done before. The other day I was approached by one of my fellow goblins called Chris Jordan, and he asked me if I could review some of his videos. I call him one of my fellow goblins because we belong to the same Facebook group called the Toy Goblin VIP, awesome group. I must admit, won a couple of competitions on that group. But anyway, he asked me to review a series of videos that he's made called the Comic Book Karaoke, and I'm going to start on the first one, which is called Intoxicated Fandom. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So first, I think I've got to give a brief introduction about how I know Chris Jordan, and I guess it was about last year sometime where I was approached by one of the Facebook group's admin, and he asked me, hey dude, if you mind to join our group and post your videos on our group and see what we're all about. And I thoroughly enjoyed the group, and since then I've won like gifts and competitions and stuff. And then the one day I saw that Chris Jordan had his own competition going, and was a TMNT competition, and I won like second place because I was too slow in typing antique shop. Instead I typed in second hand. But anyway, I won second place, and he sent me a bunch of comics, cool stuff. Up here we don't have really any cool comic shops. There's no comic shops in this whole freaking province up here in the north of South Africa. So any comics that come my way, I love them. So I sent me some Superman, Justice League, Action Comics. I used to collect a lot of Detective Batman comics. Batman. Yes. So this is how I know Chris Jordan, and also through all the posts and the likes and the shares and all the comments on the group itself. So while I was watching and going through Chris's video, I sort of kind of realized that this topic is seriously difficult, because if you think about it, fandom within pop culture is huge. It's massive. It has no end if you think about it. I mean, you're talking about your Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, from that to your Star Wars, to your DC, to your Marvel, to your He-Man, and you can go on and on and on. You get your new gamers, you get your retro gamers, you get your cosplayers, you even get your bronies who like to collect My Pet Pony. That's what I'm trying to say, that this topic within pop culture and fandom is so vast. I don't think you can even get to the end of it, because it covers so many different aspects and topics, and that's what I love about Comic-Con. It puts all of that into one space, and that's where I got my first taste of what I'm doing now. So another cool part in the video that I can really talk about is when he interviews a cosplayer called Michelle Huxtable, and together they talk about how she got into pop culture and how she got involved in cosplay, and they talk about the pros, the cons, the ups, the downs, the positive and the negatives, example cyberbullying and so forth. I remember the first time I saw a cosplayer was in 2019 when I went to Comic-Con. I will never forget the one guy that I saw there. I thought he was a statue. I think he was a Dragon Ball Z character. Unbelievable. I mean, the guy really worked hard at this, which was really amazing. It was really cool to see all different people dressing up funny and different and just letting it all hang out. And it was nice to see everybody having a good time with all the things that they love so much. So then everything crosses over to like an interview at some type of convention or Comic-Con, where they are interviewing the one and only and the legendary Stan Lee, creator of so many superhero characters and different genres of the comic trade, and get to hear him talk about his experiences and what he went through when he was young, and how things have developed, and some of his superhero and all the dynamics to all the different characters and so forth. But for me, I got to know Stan Lee very late in my life. I didn't know much about him because, you know, you have these cool things when you're young and then you lose half of the stuff and then all the stuff, and then you grow up, get into heavy metal and guitars and martial arts and all different types of crazy things, going overseas, going to different places, and then something hits you just one day and you realize, hey, I miss all of this in my life. And I think we all do all this type of stuff is because it brings a sense of joy to our lives, I guess. As for me, I like Marvel, I like DC, I like so many different things. My favorite superhero, if you can call him a superhero, I think it's more of an anti-superhero, is Lobo, the one and only. This character is unbelievable. There's no rules that's set to this dude. And his comics and everything about him, I just don't understand why they haven't made a movie about him yet. But anyway, love this character. I will do anything for that character. And I think that's one of the most craziest characters I've ever seen in my life. So now going to the final part of his video, I see he tries to tap into why everybody does this. Why does everybody cling on to certain things that they grew up with? So he goes and he spends some time with his nephew, who's I think no more than 10 years old, and just lets him play out his imagination and just having a good time with him to see how this started, how this developed. Because I know for myself, when I was young, this is why I do what I do, is because of those times when I was young and why I don't want to let go. That's why I want all those toys that I lost, I want them back now. And it's kind of crazy if you think about it, but I see what he's trying to do. Trying to tap into that innocent mode where times were happy, carefree, but at the same time, looking upon those objects and stuff that we played with when we were young brings great satisfaction and joy. That's why we get together, that's why we have groups, that's why we enjoy all these stupid crazy things as adults. It's unreal. I never thought I would be into this one day. Always thought I was going to be a rock star or something else, but nonetheless, different idea, different approach. I appreciate it, and I think it's really cool how he tries to get into that frame of mind to let us know where, or make us think about our lives, where we stand, where we were that age. So finally, I've come now to the end of this episode where I've reviewed Chris Jordan's Comic Book Karaoke episode 1, Intoxicated Fandom. I hope I did you justice to it. I've never done this before. Hope you guys liked it. And inside the video, I think Chris Jordan is trying to touch such a huge and vast genre, and I appreciate it. It's a very difficult thing to grasp, and he pushes it in so many different boundaries if you watch the other videos. So yes, I think it's got a little bit of something in it for everybody, whether you a Star Wars collector, whether you a Barbie doll collector, if you're a brony, if you love He-Man, if you love Thundercats, Airwolf, MacGyver, etc, etc, etc. So there we go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give it a look, watch his channel out, it's really cool stuff. Till next time we meet. And if you like my content and like what I do, hit that like button, give me a sub, leave me a comment, and I'll get back to you. Till next time, Lionel.